Hi guys, Tyler Milan here. So today I am going to be reacting to IU and her music video 8 explained by a Korean. I really enjoyed the music video to IU 8. I thought it was fantastic. Loved it. I asked a few questions on the video because I noticed that the story of the lizard was in a few different scenes, and then I noticed that it became an animated dragon right at the very end, and I thought that's pretty cool. And I liked the difference in sort of reality, and then there was a 3D visual aspect to it, 3D animation, and then there was a 2D animation. I found it really interesting, and I want to know more about it. And then somebody asked me to do a reaction to 8 Explained. Now apparently it's much deeper than I thought. I really want to watch this. I'm looking forward to watching this. It's a bit of a long video, but I'm gonna get through it, and I'm gonna see obviously how I react to it.
IU and Suga have collaborated on their recent song 8. 8 is another song from her Age series, including 23 and Palette. IU actually commented about this song, saying, "The songs I released before were written in an essay format, where I was talking directly to the listener. But in my song 8, I used several metaphors and a made-up persona that I call you to tell my story of my 28, like a short novel. I can't be sure if this comes from my personal state of emotions or if it comes from the overall atmosphere of our society that is amidst hard times. Perhaps both, but I'll always remember my 28th year as a period of constant helplessness and lethargy, along with a longing for the Orange Island where there was no sadness and we were able to be free." Now, being true to her explanation, the song is basically a journey through her own story or memory of becoming 28 and how she feels about growing up. Many other YouTube channels, for example Bookish Theory, explain the primary meaning behind this music video in IU's perspective pretty well, so I recommend go checking them out. But today I want to provide you with an alternative theory on the music video. And yes, it's about her friends Seolli, Hara, and Jonghyun. Also, before we go on, to be respectful as possible to the deceased, and as the topic could be sensitive or uncomfortable to some, I would like to strongly emphasize that this is a subjective theory and may not represent IU's intentions in any way. Moreover, I'd like to show respect towards the 3 people before mentioning their names throughout the video, so I would like to borrow this short moment to wish them a rest in peace before I go on. Rest in peace. First, you can see IU walking into a futuristic room with a big machine. Then she presses the record button and activates the machine. You can see the word omnibus on the record tape, which means she's going to record fractions or separate stories that happen in her memory. Then there's a lizard on top of the ceiling, trapped, looking down on her. The screen says, "Will you save all your memories?" and it proceeds. Then you can see the...
Okay, so that's interesting so far. So she's walking into a futuristic sort of machine, and it's asking, would you like to save your memories? Obviously I didn't get that from the original video because it was written in Korean, so I didn't notice that. So okay, so that's very interesting.
8 sign light up and IU dives into her memories. The 8 sign can be seen as the infinity sign, meaning the memories will be saved and live on forever. Also, 8 technically represents her age, 28, also Suga's, who is the same age as IU. And plus, fun fact, if you add 28 plus 28, it becomes 56, the release date of her MV, May 6th.
So are you happy now? Finally happy now, yeah. 뭐 그대로야 난 다 잃어버린 것 같아.
IU enters the house and looks around. It's a place she has been before. Notice that there's a peach-shaped light. While Seolli's nickname was Peach, IU has a song of her own titled Peach, which is known to be dedicated to Seolli. We can see memories of IU lying on the floor of the house and smiling to somebody that's with her. And if you see her nails in the present, they're all worn off, symbolizing that time has passed and she has gone through pain in reality. Also, she has 27 pearls attached onto her arm, which shows that this is part of her memory of the past 27 years. The lyrics start by asking someone whether if they're finally happy now. This is probably asking her 3 friends if they're happy now, far away from the cruel reality, doing good in heaven.
Wow, this is deep so far. Really deep. Okay, so there's so much detail as well. So the 27 pearls, which she's lived 27 years and it's about to be in 28. Wow. Okay, so much detail. She's so creative. That's what I really like about IU. She's really, really creative.
She goes on as if she's talking to them, and then she says that she's doing the same as usual but feels like she has lost everything, which probably means her friends.
모든 게 맘대로 왔다가 인사도 없이 떠나 이대로는 무엇도 사랑하고 싶지 않아 다 잊을 대로 해줘버린 기억 속을 여행해
IU is now scared to love someone because of the fear that they might suddenly leave her again without saying goodbye. This expresses how she felt about suddenly losing her friends. IU then opens up the rooms and wanders around as if she's looking for someone.
I just touching on that. I really need to know what happened to her friends. Obviously, I don't know, and obviously, I know she's lost 3 friends just from this video, but I wasn't aware of that before watching this. So that's really interesting. So if anyone could sort of fill me in on what actually happened, then let me know, guys.
She's traveling through her old memories. Also in this lyric we can find subtle wordplay. 해질 대로 해져버린. In this lyric, 해지다 would mean worn out, meaning that her memories are worn out. But 해 also means sun in Korean, and 해지다 means the sun has gone down. This probably symbolizes the loss of her friends that were a big warmth and energy source to her.
오렌지 태양 아래 그림자 없이 함께 춤을 춰 정해진 이별 따위는 없어 아름다웠던 그 기억에서 만나 forever
IU remembers the good old days when she had fun with Sully. She dances without shadows underneath an orange sun. She refuses and denies the farewell and says, "Let's meet in the beautiful memory." The reason IU says she's dancing without a shadow with her friends is probably because of the previous lyric I've explained, "The sun has gone down." Or because in this memory world, since there's no farewells, no aging, nor time, we can say that the orange sun in this world either doesn't cast a shadow, or is always at the highest point of noon when the sun is brightest, making no shadow. However, in contrary to her lyrics, sadly she seems to be alone, a shadow exists, and time seems to pass as it gets darker. This space might be her memory, but it still applies some amount of reality. IU is reliving her memories and enjoying the times she was happy with her friend. Also, you can see the lizard at the house. This lizard probably symbolizes Kuara and Jonghyun. Kuara's nickname was once Iguana, and Jonghyun was Charmander from Pokemon.
Wow.
So Sully and IU probably talked about them a lot or hung out often since they were all friends with each other. As you can see, the background of this music video is a 2-story country house. Sully actually lived and was found at her last moment in her 2-story country house. And also, Sully posted a lot of pictures of IU cooking home food for her. They were known to be close friends that hung out at each other's house a lot, just as you can see in the music video. IU seems to be constantly looking at or playing with someone in this house. And in the last line of this verse, IU also says that it's a nightmare since it's not reality and Sully's now gone, but still she doesn't want to wake up from the happy memories.
섬 그래 여긴 섬 서로가 만든 작은 섬 forever young 영원이란 말은 모래성 작별은 마치 연합부터 같이 그리움과 같이 마주하는 아침 서로가 이연겁을 지나 거기서 나서 잠시만.
In Suga's rap verse, he expresses this memory world as an island that was made by each other. In that island, they are all forever young, since all of her friends have passed away relatively during their young ages, and also time doesn't flow in her memory. Suga expresses farewells as a disaster alarm, since it's sudden, scary, and unpredictable. In the music video, both IU and Suga are riding on a plane, which could mean either their huge success as artists, or a metaphoric vessel that enables them to travel through memories. Then IU sees a lizard on the window, but as the plane meets turbulence and the sudden emergency message appears, the lizard disappears. This again expresses what it was like for IU when she heard the tragic news. She couldn't do anything.
Wow. Obviously, I know this is only a theory, but so far you've got to say that a lot of it makes sense. It really, really makes sense, especially with what IU said about becoming 28 and looking through her memories. Obviously, her memories are going to be with her best friends. And obviously, if she's lost those friends, then you're going to constantly think of those. So it does make sense. And I think he's on point. I think he's discovered something here in terms of what this music video is about. It's really deep. It's really sad.
was helpless about the situation, trapped inside a plane or a busy schedule. Actually, IU on her first Seoul concert day, she mentioned Sully on how sad she was and how she thought Sully was present at her concert. But coincidentally, on her second concert day, Hara's tragic news hit her during the concert, making her feel very sad. IU was extremely shocked by this sudden news, and she had a very hard time on finishing the concert.
널 믿어하던 누구의 말 다루고자 한 뼘짜리 추억을 잊는 게 참 쉽지 않아 시간이 지나도 여전히 날 붙드는 그곳에
The airplane scene was a dream within a dream, and IU wakes up from the nightmare. She runs to check if the lizard is okay, but the lizard is nowhere to be seen. Then she sees that the door is left open and sees a girl in a white dress. The girl starts to run in the imaginary world, where the sun is orange, and the girl seems free, fearless, and brave enough to even jump off a cliff.
서로를 베고 누워 슬프지 않은 이야기를 나눠 우울한 결말 따위는 없어 난 영원히 너 이 기억에서 만나 forever
In the lyrics, IU says that we all lie down on each other like a pillow. We have good chats. There's no sad ending here. IU will always be able to meet her friends in this memory that she's saved. The girl in white rides on the dragon, and IU sees them through the airplane window and sheds a tear of happiness and sorrow. This scene probably means that IU's friends are up in the sky, meaning heaven, together, flying and doing whatever they want happily. Now IU wakes up from the memory world because the memory saving process is complete. At the end, we can hear an echoish sound of the lyrics. Then IU shows 3 different stages of facial expression. First, right after crying, she's confused and sad. Apparently, she didn't want to wake up from the dream. Next, she shows a slight smile. It's because she got to relive the happy memories and meet her friends, and now she's reassured that they're happy up in heaven. But last, she makes an ice-cold look staring towards the camera or the viewers of this video. It's almost as if she's mad. Thus, by the echoish lyrics, IU is first asking and wondering her friends if they're finally happy now. And also, she's asking all the hate commenters watching the video if they're finally happy with the tragic incidents that happened, and also seeing IU herself struggling as well. Lastly, at the end of the video, we can see the title 8's E and I getting split. This would mean that the I, as in IU, has now came back to reality after being all together with her 3 friends. IU is now once again left alone, but she goes on with her life as the 28-year-old IU.
Wow. Wow. I don't know what to say about that. I really, really don't know what to say about that. Oh, God. So, obviously I don't know what actually happened to her friends, but by the sound of things, from what he was saying at the end, so he was saying, so are you happy now? And he was saying that could be aimed at the viewers. So I'm getting a vibe that there was maybe some sort of mental health there, or maybe some sort of, maybe something suicidal, which is horrible. If it is to do with mental health, then, you know, it's tough. It's a tough subject. And I'm someone who suffered from mental health, and I know lots of people who do. It's something that should be talked about. What a if this theory is correct, which it sounds like it is, it all makes sense. What a beautiful way to put it across. Wow. So many nice concepts in it. The dream within a dream, and the way it was transitioned. So the dream becoming a 3D animation, and the dream within that dream, then a 2D animation, is like so clever. Not only that, it's the lyrics. The lyrics, when you know the story behind it, and I didn't know that she'd lost 3 friends when you know that now and looking at those lyrics, each line is so pungent. It stands out. You can almost taste it. It's just wow. Sounds like she's been through a bit of a tough time. And what a beautiful music video, and what a beautiful song. I really take my hat off to her. And just on the point of mental health and suicide, if there is anybody out there who is suffering, please seek help and please talk to somebody, because you're not alone. You're not alone. A lot of us suffer, and it is important to seek help. Suicide's never the answer. I'm not going to ask for subscriptions and likes and comments, other than if anyone can explain to me any more of the story behind IU and her friends. If anyone can explain what happened, then that would be really great, 'cause that's just helpful to me. But it seemed wrong to try and ask for subscriptions from this video. But guys, all I really want to say is thank you for watching, thank you for being on my channel, and thank you for the recommendation, because that opened my eyes, and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the song, and I really thankful that it was requested to me. So thank you for watching, guys.